Welcome to a session which is going to be introducing to you Q&A. And what I mean by that is often you amazing survivors out there have questions you want answered or ideas for experiences or situations you are going through. So we at Handing the Shame Back want to provide that for you. So in order to do that, we need you to reach out through any of our social media platforms, but probably the most effective one is to email us at contact@handingtheshameback.org and put in your question. Doesn't much matter what the question is, as long as you feel you're getting what you need to have sorted, brought to our attention. Are we able to help? I hope so. If not, we'll give it our best shot. But it's time for us to provide a little more interaction with you on some of the core questions you may have. And look, these can be as simple as what does post-traumatic stress look like for me? And we know that there's four main types. So some of us fight, some of us fly away, we just want to run away. Some of us freeze, we're frozen to the spot, and some of us fawn, which means we try to be amenable and agreeable to any and all people so that we are kept safe. It could be around family and that the family don't believe you and they don't wish to support what you're describing happened. And, some questions from you may include, well, how do I manage that? Well, the short answer in form is that actually you don't need to ever justify or explain what happened to you. It would be good if family members chose to believe you, and they actually call this the second wound when family members won't stand beside or support because they don't want to believe it. So just know that. We also can have questions around enablers and gatekeepers and how they play such a pivotal part in this whole child sexual abuse. And we need to look at how significant it really is. And partly why our focus is often on the enablers is because they are by far the bigger group. And when we look at child sexual abuse, we know that there are people who may have been aware of what happened and chose to do nothing. Now, before you leap in and judge, just be mindful that they may have been terrified or they may have been being controlled themselves. We don't know the situation. But equally, it's time to ask people to step forward in that space and try and hashtag save some kids. So the questions can be about anything. It may be about how can I enjoy having sex again when I've suffered such extreme abuse? And look, the answer to that is as complex as the question itself. It's different for all of us, and some of what inhibits us or makes it difficult for us to enjoy sex can be because we were tricked or manipulated or forced into having sex way too young and then feeling guilty because we enjoyed it. So many, many layers and levels to that, and there is no one answer. But, there's also things like, I feel so different from everyone else. How can I feel more normal? Well, I just wanted to share this with you because I think you'll love it. You may feel different, and maybe in your difference, you're here to show the world a different reality. So sometimes us not feeling that we fit in can simply be because we're here to teach the world something. Feeling part of something means feeling accepted. And for us as survivors, we weren't really accepted because we were forced into situations and experiences we were too young to understand. So it's no surprise to me that survivors feel different or not part of something or completely misaligned to their friend group. Don't worry, these things do change and can change over time, and all you're required to do is hold the hope. But what we're going to do is get all of your amazing questions. We're going to compile them. I'll do another session on this and provide some answers. And feel free to reach out and ask whatever you would like to. You know, the interesting thing with child sexual abuse is I call it the silent epidemic. You know it is, because no one ever wants to talk about it. But guess what? We're going to. This is now 2025. Come on, world. Time to stand up and deal with this head on. It is by far, in my opinion, and in Handing the Shame Back's opinion, the biggest epidemic to hit the world, and it's not new. So it's time safe adults everywhere stood up and tried to protect this generation of children and grandchildren. Your question may seem inane. What you come up with may seem, oh, I shouldn't ask that, it's too obvious. No, it's not. If you're experiencing it and it's a challenge for you, then it's not obvious or too simplistic. Someone else somewhere may be thinking the same thing. So don't beat yourself up too much. Sometimes I get questions from supporters of survivors, and it might be, look, I don't know how to support my amazing survivor. She withdraws into herself, she feels sad, and I can't do anything to shift that. Well, actually, yeah, you can. You can sit there, you can be with her or him, you can hold her hand, you can listen, you can just without words show your support and love and solidarity. There are so many levels to this, as you know. We do our best at Handing the Shame Back to try and provide as much resource and support as we can around this. So don't hold back. Any and all questions are good, and we so appreciate that you're part of us and that you want to learn and grow alongside all of us here at Handing the Shame Back. So looking forward to receiving your questions and comments, and hoping that we can continue to be of service to you. Just as I'm finishing up, I do want to give you a little follow-up. So at the moment we have over $1,000 raised for book distribution within New Zealand to get schools into schools throughout our country. We have an amazing benefactor who has paid for all of the books, but we just need to get them there. So it's $10 to get a book into a school in our country. If you feel you would like to help us, we would be so grateful. For the donation, go to glorymasters.com/donate and put in the reference book distribution, and we will make sure the book gets to wherever you want it to. If you want to nominate a school or schools in particular, do so and email us. Contact us at handingtheshameback.org to say which schools you want your books going into. Thank you so much to everyone who's supporting this. This is one way we can all join together to help save some kids. After all, if not you, then who? Let's work together. Let's save the next generation. Thanks. Love to everyone.